I happened to go to one village 3 years ago. Was standing, so I was smoking near the car, waiting. Nephew, who any minute had to leave the entrance, and we went on the road together. Then I haven't. Was married. And one horror did not want to go. So he persuaded his sister to let her go. Son with me. And the kid is smart. Out of age. Always something. Tells. Smiling boy, so I was happy to go with him. Laden with provisions and clothing. Nephew walked out the front door. Said hello and got in. We both got into the car. Drive to the village about 4 hours. First. Somewhere along the paved road. An hour and a half, and then off-road. So. To the village itself. Talking, it's getting dark. So we just left. Hours at 6 in the evening. And then it started to fall. Thick fog, in addition, wrapped the car. Darkness. It was impossible to go. Just about because of the turn could appear. Car, and the headlights could be distinguished. Only when they are almost back to back. Shine. Nothing to do, had to. Fear and risk of pulling over. Leaving. Car on the edge of the road. I strictly ordered his nephew not to stick out of cars and don't follow me. Since in this thick fog could easily get lost. And went looking for some road signs. I walked about 10 meters ahead and came across a pole with a sign that broadcast that to the nearest village. About 10 kilometers. But I'm not happy about it because knew the road very well, to the one I needed. Point the name of the nearest settlement is not met and should not have met me on the way. I desperately remembered if I could turn the wrong way. Confuse the road, but I have from my deductions got a headache. Nowhere do I turn. Could not. Since almost all the way, the road went straight. And if I wanted to turn then, would have thundered straight into the bushes. Remembering the inscription on the sign, I turned around and walked towards the car. All this time I frantically continued to dig in memory. Until I noticed that I passed about 30 meters and there was no car in. Remember. I went very far, so losing the car would be utter stupidity. I turned around again and went back, and after 3 minutes again, I came across a sign. There was no car. Nephew car rolled back somewhere not could. As far as I know, he never bagels. He did not hold in his hands. What about to drive the car on your own? There was no talk in the thick fog. So me and wandered like a hedgehog in the fog, feeling idiot from thoughts what's lost next to machine, and reassuring himself that the child is in a warm cabin and nothing to him does not threaten. Moreover, we have supplies. There was a lot about myself that evening I didn't worried. By my standards it took about half an hour until I came to some crossroads. Stopping right in the middle. Looked around, worse there was nowhere to hope. Into Russian avus, and go first. The fallen side. No, it was too much. Risky. I left my mobile phone as luck would have it in car. Because I didn't know what I need to go a few meters from the car. Oddly enough, it was absolutely quiet. No noise, cars, wind among foliage. Although we were driving next to the forest. One bird voice. Ugh, damn you, cursed I out loud. And right there. Startled by what was heard from behind. Running around. I turned around and saw nothing. Except for the ill-fated fog. But someone definitely hovered around me. Jumping up and down as if for joy. I then almost sat down with fear. Went in. Turned around again and saw slow-moving subtle silhouettes. Moving forward as if raking the fog with my hands. I saw that this granny. She was about 70 years old, but that evening I didn't care why she. Here, I was glad to any living soul. Moreover, the running around immediately stopped. Grandma can't tell me where I am. The woman looked me up and down and crossed, at the crossroads line. Mentioned unlucky. She said nothing more, and grabbed pulling me by the sleeve somewhere deeper. Fog. I confess her strength is noble. Was. Even I, 27-year-old, could not snatch from her wrist, squeezed her God how. Iron vice. Literally in minutes. 10 she took me to the car. And right there. Released her hand. Damn, it led you by the nose. Seeing nephew's dumbfounded face, myself gave him a glance from the director. Brick factory. Thank you very much. Can lead you somewhere. Granny. She just smiled furtively and disappeared. Dare to move away from the car anymore. Immediately got into the cabin, deciding that the fog is better. Wait it out. I told my nephew about my adventure. He turned pale and said, "That I heard as if someone is clattering hooves around the car." He is all at once. Closed the door and sat listening. It happened right after I moved a few meters away from the car, and absent for 10 minutes. Nephew couple of times. Opened the window and loudly shouted my name. Called. But I did not respond. Although I was completely near. And what that crossroad was, I don't know. But I try not to drive in the fog anymore.